We are almost at the midpoint of this NBA season. So many different headlines, several MVP candidates have risen, and a lot of good basketball we are seeing currently. But unfortunately, not everyone is as good as we thought. And by that, I mean there are players who I consider to be overrated, some who are very overrated. One of them is a player that I actually like in Trae Young. More of his intangibles than anything else. The fact that Young is resilient and doesn't let anyone push him over is what I love most about him. But it's more of what exactly is his actual skill level and really just what he brings to the table that kind of makes him overrated. Now, I'm not the biggest fan of the Atlanta Hawks in that I don't know too much about the intricacies about the team, but I do know at the beginning of the season, this was one of the teams that I had mentioned that on paper can make a lot of noise in the Eastern Conference. With the addition of DeJounte Murray playing alongside Young, I thought that it was interesting at least, but even then I should have known that this was doomed from the start, because historically speaking, the double point guard lineup with one of them playing the two just hasn't worked out well in the league. And before all of you mentioned CP3 and Devin Booker, understand this: the reason why that duo worked out well is because CP3 is a veteran, well experienced in playing with others, and plus his skill set complements Booker's. The same cannot be said for the Hawks duo. Murray and Young's playstyle get in the way of each other's way too much, and that is a problem because from watching the team, the Hawks don't have an identity. It just looks like players scrambling to desperately get an open shot, end up missing it, or isolation ball most of the time. Squad, that is not how you win games, and in my opinion, I believe Trae Young is more of the problem for this team than anyone else. If you watch these games, you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. A lot of the offense is just Young forcing the issue way too much, and it's just everyone looking at you expecting him to make things happen. As the leader of the team, he has to do a better job in getting players involved. Time after time, we see Young settle for the most ridiculous contested shots and doesn't make it up on the defensive end, as he is consistently the worst rated defenders in the league. By the way, I was watching a video featured on Rusty Bucket's channel, and he talked, shout out to him by the way, he went in depth on how Trae Young's off-ball game is horrible. The guy literally just stands there waiting, not doing anything, no cuts to the basket, no moving around the perimeter, at least trying to get a better open shot, nothing. Another thing is, look, when I talk about superstars in today's era, all of these players, regardless on how they play and the success of their team. For example, you can talk about LeBron, Giannis, Luka, Steph, whoever, right? If you place any of those random players on any team, they will objectively make them better. Not saying each of those teams will win a championship immediately or anything like that, but they will win more games with them. You know why? Because what makes someone a top tier player is their ability to influence a game doing different things, playing defense, shooting efficiently, getting others involved, being a leader. None of these attributes you can really contribute to Trae Young. Even his greatest strength, which is in shooting, he's not even great at that. Young is wildly inconsistent. As of now, the man is shooting almost 40% from the field, which is well below the league average, and just jacking up shots at this point. I'm afraid he has gotten away with this for a while, but now he has no excuses. You have to be able to win, especially with talent besides you, because if this thing blows up, the narrative would just be that he is a one-man show, which is not a good look in my opinion. Many fans have stated that coach Nate McMillan is to blame for how the team is constantly stagnant on offense and can't generate any good shots. While there is validity to that, and he might get the boot this season, let's not give an excuse to Young. He still needs to address the glaring weaknesses in his game. The Atlanta Hawks appear to be a better team on paper than in actual reality, and the fans deserve better play than what they have been watching so far. Let me know what you guys think though down in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe to the Go Squad community online, and I'll see you all later.